was Jesus was on the boat asleep. This is where God had to help me this morning, and I'm going to help you. God said, if I'm sleeping, why aren't you? We can just pick our Bible and go on. I said, God, what are you talking about? At 3 o'clock this morning, Sister Sherry, God said, why are you worrying me about your bank account? You act like as though you've never been broke before.
Come on, man.
Why are you talking to me about your money? As though you can't take the next move in me without it.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Can I talk to you this morning by talking about me?
Yes.
I'm going to preach this monkey off my back.
Come on now.
The Bible says that they arose, and Jesus now is sleeping on the hinder part of the ship. In other words, he's rocking and rolling more than them. And the Bible says he was on a pillow. He was well good and sleep. So now if your storm caught him off guard, and since the storm was ordered by him, you would think you wouldn't have had to awaken him. Can I pause here and encourage you for just a moment? Jesus said, I was prepared to sleep through it because I knew I had equipped you to go get it.
Well said, well said.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
You wouldn't even be in this storm in your life had God not already bragged on you and told you you're going to make it through. Where do you get that from, Pastor? I want to hoop right here, but he won't let me. He says because he told them at the very beginning, get into this boat with me because we are going to the other side. He never once said, I'll meet you there.
Hallelujah.
You're not in this storm by yourself.
Hallelujah.
As a matter of fact, I'm bringing some witnesses along with you because they're going to witness how I deliver you. Oh, preach this morning. The Bible says that the wind kept raging and the waves kept beating until the ship got full. And I love God because he says this storm's going to keep pounding you until you're ready to give up. This storm's going to keep pounding you until you start calling my name and quit calling someone else. This storm's going to keep coming after you till you surrender all you have and the only person you're trusting in is me.
Yes, Lord. Come on, Holy Ghost.
Bible says, I love it in 1 Corinthians, the Bible says that I want you to understand that this storm right here has an expiration date, that there's no temptation that befalls man that is not common to every man. In other words, everybody goes through a storm. Just because you're afraid of thunder and lightning does not make that storm less intense for the one across the street that don't fear it but respects it. That leads me to this question. When was the last time you respected your storm? When? Because if I respect my storm, I understand that the storm has a purpose. It's not here to destroy me. It's here to make me. It's not here to take me out. It's here to take me up. It's not here to wipe me clean of all of my good. It's here to replace my bad with my good. It's here to get out of me what the devil has set up to trap me with. It's here to expose the enemy that's in me so I don't self-destruct. There's a purpose for my storms. Can I talk this morning? He said, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that which you are able? I love it when I go on my high horse and tell Jesus, I can't take it, not there in another day. And I wake up and it's another day.
Come on.
God said every time you tell me what you can't take, I'm going to prove to you what you can. So I started celebrating my days. Oh, God, I made it through this day. Thank you, Jesus. I learned how not to cuss. I learned how to hold my peace. I learned to smile while under affliction. I learned to give when I did not have. Oh, God, keep saying what I've always said. The storm will stay longer than it needs to stay. I love it because on the weather forecast, as I come to my close, I'll finish this next week. The Bible said that the weatherman always says on Channel 8 News, it says the storm will start about 11:43 a.m. And it's scheduled to end about 12:12 p.m. Now, if you're living in Jenison, the storm may not end until 1:30. If you're living in Holland, it may end about 12:45. If you're living in Grand Rapids, you may not even get the storm. God told me to tell you, if the natural man has an expiration date for the weather, what more than I will leave you in your storm beyond the time that it's maturing you to a beneficial end. Bible says, I love it when the message says, no test or temptation that comes your way is beyond the course of what others have had to face. That's why we don't forsake the assembling of ourselves together in the house of God. Because you're going to get some strategies. You're going to get some help. You're going to get some strength so that you'll be in the storm, but you won't feel the wave. But God, the Bible says, all you need to remember is that God will never let you down. My storm is increasing my altitude. My storm is increasing my aptitude. My storm is making me stronger to carry blessings that are bigger than me.
Yes, Father. My God, my God.
Bible says he'll never let you be pushed to your limit. Can I repeat that for the slow learners? Bible says he'll never push you beyond your limit. Minister Delonte sings a song, he's a good, good father. He says it's only an abusive dad that will beat you, will whoop you, will cause something to last longer than what you can withstand, the pain and the pressure of that that's coming against you.
Glory to God, glory to God.
I'm reminded of the story of Job, where the Bible says Job's living a good life, but have you considered offering him some suffering? I'm reminded of Jonah on the ship, where the ship was doing well until they picked him up. Whose boat are you rocking because you're on it illegal? Where are you serving? What is it that you're doing that God has not authorized you to do it? Bible says, who is this that has caused our smooth sail to be disruptive? Jonah says at least he had enough sense to know I ain't supposed to be in bed. I'm not supposed to be at work picking up overtime. I'm not supposed, my assignment. What is it that you're doing that's disrupting others? So therefore the breakthrough can't come to your house.
My God, my God, my God.
I love it when Elder Harry did not realize what he was testifying. It brought rebuke to me, but who cares what it does to me, right? I'm trying to grow in him. But the Bible, he said that his wife did things in order. She didn't make a decision and come home and tell him what she was going to do. She says, I'm in the valley of decision. What should we do? When you do things in order, God, what do you have for me to do this day? Instead of going to bed at night and telling God what you got done and what you need him to do for you on this day. Am I talking to anybody this morning? He says, all you need to remember is that God will never let you down. This storm will not kill me. This storm will not take me out. I'm not going to lose nothing in this storm that my God can replace. push beyond your limit. He'll always be there to help you come through it. What I love about that text, it doesn't say he will be there to take you through it. He says, I'm going to be in the storm with you. I'm going to guide you through the storm so you can take credit for allowing me to give you what you need. If you could do it without him, what would be the purpose in serving him?
Come on, that's it, that's it.
Well
That's
said.
it.
Can I talk to you this morning? The Bible says, I've got 9 pages of notes, but the Bible says, I want you to understand this morning. He told me, he said, Theda, Pinnacle, Crest Ministries is troubled with these two storms. I said, God, what do you? He said, there's two that is plaguing your house. That this storm is a black cloud over your people. Maybe you're here this morning because God is saying to you, this storm is the storm of decision and doubt, tenacity and uncertainty. God, what do I do next? Do I go for the job? Do I just trust you for another client? Do I stay here? Do I take this on? You've been wrestling with it in your mind, but you never engaged him with his. He says, when there are times in our lives that we do not know what to do, and we stand at a crossroad in life and do not know which pathway to take, based on where I'm living and what I got going on, I just don't know what to do next. Is there anybody in here with me this morning? Is God speaking the truth to us? And he says the second storm that has a black cloud hanging over the head of Pinnacle Crest is the storm of worry. I said, God, I don't worry about nothing. He said, well, then would you wake me up at 3 for? Isn't it funny how we try to talk God?
Yeah, ma'am.
He says we're the master, but God, you know me. He said, yeah, that's why you're in this storm. So I can get you out of you.
Yes.
All right now. All right
I
now.
can take it from you,
Yes.
but you'll come back and return to it because you didn't replace it with me.
Wow. Well said. Well said, Pastor.
All right now. To you this morning.
Well said. Well said.
He said, storms
Yes.
of worry. When we worry for ourselves, worry for others, worry for the unknown future, worry about those that we love, worry about that which we cannot. Worry about that which we cannot. Somebody. Worry about that which we cannot control.
That's it. Yes.
I can't do nothing about it today.
Right.
And if God don't do something tomorrow, I can't do about it tomorrow either.
Well,
The only thing I can do is posture myself to be available for what he does.
That's right. That's right. Amen.
So then God considers us and he knows that we have within us what we need to make it through the storm. Here God's bragging on you and you're telling him off.
Well said.
Here God's bragging on you. But God, I got the can't help it. And he's saying, but I know you can help it in you. I know you can.
Well said. Well said.
How do you know I can, God? He says, because we've been here before. That's what I love about God. He's not a God of a second chance. He's the God of another chance. Has he ever operated on you before? Have you ever been in pain before and he delivered you? Have you ever been sick before? Have you ever got a bad diagnosis before and he delivered you? Have you ever missed a call before? And have you ever missed out that you thought an opportunity and God blessed you another way? He says, haven't we been here before? Has Has your money ever laughed at you before and now it's laughing at you now? And he says, but hasn't there been a time when you laughed at it when it wasn't laughing at you? He said, haven't we been here before? Haven't there been times when the relationship has been good and the relationship then turned sour, but then God gave you another relationship? Haven't we been here before? Haven't you been unemployed before? Haven't I employed you again? Haven't we been here before? Don't you have skills that even in the last time you didn't know you had till they put you in the job this time and you said to yourself, I'm good. Haven't we been here before?
All right.
He knows that we have within us. He knows that we're going to make it through the storm. To be considered for the great work of God. He knows that I'm delivering you because I have great work for you. He knows that he's going to deliver you because he has great things for you. He knows that he has to deliver you because his word is on the line for you. To have God watching us and taking us notice of our actions, bragging and betting on our faith, bragging about our integrity, using us, his children, to wage war and scheme on the enemy. I want you to know I've got a strategy and a plot. I'm going to kick the devil in his butt. I've got a plan. Using us, his children. Oh, that God would consider us worthy of such a test.
Amen.
Thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
I choose you, I choose you, I choose you, I choose you. Why? I feel like I'm being picked on. And no, God says you're being picked up. I was looking, I don't watch football, but I believe it was NFL.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord God. Thank
It
you.
wasn't NBA, I think it was NFL. The player that got picked up with his brother because he only had one arm. And they said, we didn't pick him up, NFL. We did not pick him up. Thank you, Elder Harry, for your assistance. We did not pick him up. We did not pick him up because they had a pity party for him. They said they picked him up and put him on the team for his brother because he earned it. And he excelled among those that had everything to work with. You need to understand that the devil tried to get him out of the crib, but God had plans for his future. He said, you work hard and I got a reward that will stand out among the rest. The Bible says this is the first player that they've ever picked with what we would call a disability. What is it that the enemy's got planned to lame you? That God says I've got plans to raise you up and to brag on you. Don't curse your storm. Just wait for your expiration. The blessing here is that he sees stuff in me that I can't see within myself.
Amen.
He trusts me more than I'm able to trust myself. You trust me with this much pain, and I can't trust myself with all of your promises.
Have mercy, Lord. Have
Can
mercy.
somebody give me something?
Have mercy.
They just gonna let me suffer up here today. It says, can you, thank you, daughter, can you hear God's bragging on me? And here I'm cursing him
Have mercy.
because I don't see him working on me.
Wow. Well said. Well said.
Talk.
This pain is here not to destroy me and give me an excuse to not perform.
Good stuff.
This pain is here to show me I can outperform my pain in him. He's maturing me in him while the enemy thinks I'm digressing in me.
Yes.
God told me to tell you this morning, I got a strategy.
Amen.
Are you in it with me? The Bible says, I want you to understand and know, Master, don't you care that I'm about to die? This storm is taking my breath. And the Bible says he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, peace be still. What God's going to do is quiet your storm so you can hear him rebuke you. How dare you doubt that I'm a good father and I won't take care of my children?
Wow.
How dare you think that those nerve endings in your leg, that pain won't subside when I say stop? How dare you think that you're going to have to keep rolling change to get to church when I know your payday's coming after a while?
Yes.
Talk this morning.
Yes, Lord.
The Bible says, and he arose and rebuked it, and the wind ceased. You know, I thought about this storm when I was having a smart mouth moment with God. And you know, his skin's thicker than many of ours. And I said, wow, God, they had to get on your nerves in order for you to wake up. And he said, yes, and you're about to get on mine. Really? You're talking to me as though you don't know who you're talking to? What happened to what your mama taught you?
Well said. Amen.
Just sit here and sit through the storm. Be productive. Finish that crocheted rug you're making for your grandmother. Get that flashlight and finish your homework while it's quiet. Your storm is to bring something out of you, so you're ahead of those that decided to succumb to the storm and let it take them out.
Well said. Well said.
So when everybody else got to school and went to turn in homework, we couldn't do it, teacher, because we had a storm and we couldn't do our homework because we didn't have no power. And here come the Fields girls. Here's our homework. You don't know our mother. Here's our homework. Oh, for that, you get an extra 30 minutes at recess. There's benefits
Amen.
when you prepare for your storm.
All right.
The Bible says, and he said unto them, why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith? As though I was going to let this take you out when I promised you we were going over. And they feared exceedingly and said one to another. Now they're talking to each other. The Bible says, what manner of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him? They didn't even mind the rebuke. They were caught up in how quick God stopped that storm.
Yes.
God told me to tell you this morning, Pinnacle, Crest, that the storm that you're in is going to end as quickly as it came.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
As soon as you understand the purpose of a thing,
Yes. Yes.
he says now you can work on the purpose and quit fighting the thing.
Yes.
How dare you allow your faith to go on vacation? How dare you to be scared with me on board?
Well said. Well said.
I'm with you. There ain't no way that I'm going to let you go out like that. Trust me, if they embarrass you, they're going to have to come back and praise you
Yes.
in the same format they tried to take you down.
All right.
I love it when people say to me, you still got that little church over there in Holland? I say, no, I got a little church over in Genesis. You're in Genesis? God will make like you, he'll make like you've arrived even before you get there. God is saying, the bigger the storm, the bigger your blessing.
Amen. Amen.
The bigger your storm, the bigger your blessing. You want just enough. And God says, I'm trying to give you enough that you'll be able to take care of you and others.
Amen.
I'm trying to set you up so I can take care of your house and you can take care of another man's house. I'm trying to set you up so that when I free you from this, you won't even have to take that.
Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
Yes, yes, yes. Hallelujah.
I got a plan.
Thank you, Lord.
I got a strategy. Are you willing to join me? As the ministers come this morning,